One of the most anticipated people movers for 2023 is this right here, the new Suzuki Ertiga Hybrid. First unveiled in the 2022 Philippine International Motor Show, this new Suzuki Ertiga Hybrid promises to take this MPV firmly into the 21st century. But does it truly live up to that statement? Well, dude, stick around as we aim to find out. Let's do this. The Suzuki Ertiga has always been a simple, no-frills people mover that are as reliable as your trusty accountant during tax filing day. Its simplicity is one of its core strengths, offering a reliable ride every single time. In fact, it is so reliable that you can almost mistake it for a Toyota. Okay, let's not go there. Anyway, the Suzuki Ertiga GLX we have here has received a major engine upgrade in the form of a mild hybrid system. The better news here is the price. Coming in at 1,153,000 Philippine pesos, this top-spec Ertiga GLX is still well priced for an MPV. But aside from the mild hybrid system, what else does this new Ertiga have to offer? Now before we find out, special thanks to Suzuki Sukat for providing the Suzuki Ertiga GLX to do this unboxing video. Here at Reagan's Rides, we do car reviews of SUVs, sports cars, trucks, and everything in between. So subscribe and hit the bell. Okay, so let's start here up front. Okay, oh yeah. So the only difference that I can see here is the design of the front grille, which has been changed to have this squiggly look to it. And Suzuki also said that they've changed the antenna to something that's a little bit more robust. But to be perfectly honest, dude, yeah, who the hell cares? As long as it has one, right? Now, aside from those two, yeah, there's not much change up front when it comes to the design, which means that this top-spec Ertiga Hybrid GLX still has halogen headlights and fog lights here. Although, well, a bit of good news here, dude. The halogen headlights are already automatic headlamps. Plus, they also have a follow me home feature, which is pretty cool. Here on the side, the top-spec Ertiga Hybrid GLX separates itself from the lower trim by making use of power folding side mirrors with turn signals, chrome door handles here, and those two-tone alloy wheels. The thing is, the wheel size still remains at 15 inches, which is kind of small for today's standards. I mean, I would have hoped for 16s, but oh well, tough luck. Anyway, aside from the wheel size, the mechanical bits behind those wheels have also been carried over from the previous Ertiga, which means that we have ventilated disc brakes up front, drums at the back, and for the suspension, it still rides on MacPhersons up front and the torsion beam at the back. Now, since the mechanical bits are the same as well as the wheel size, then the ground clearance also remains the same at 180 millimeters. Suzuki said that they redesigned the entire rear end of this, well, new Suzuki Ertiga Hybrid. But aside from this chrome garnish found here up top, well, I'm not seeing any difference here. I mean, it still gets the same LED taillight design. We've got the same rear bumper here. Oh, there you go. See, we have a blue hybrid badge found here, which is perfect for traffic enforcers in case they're wondering why you're out on your number coding day. And no, Mr. Officer, I didn't buy it in Lazada. Oh! Anyway, when you pop open the manual liftgate of this new Ertiga Hybrid, you'll see that we get the same cargo and luggage capacity as before, which means that with the third row seats folded, you get 550 liters of cargo capacity. Now that translates to around 3 to 4 medium-sized luggage here, and we also have some more well, spacious cubbies underneath the floorboard for smaller items. Now, dude, if you're also wondering where the spare tire is, well, it can be found underneath the car. All right, let's head over to the star of this refresh, which is what's under the hood. Now, what we have here is essentially the same engine and transmission as before, which means that the Ertiga Hybrid GLX has a 1.5-liter 4-cylinder naturally aspirated gasoline motor that still puts out 103 horsepower and 138 Newton meters of torque. Now, the power is still sent to the front wheels via the same reliable and trusty 4-speed automatic. Now, what changed here though is the addition of what Suzuki calls SVHS mild hybrid system. Now, I was wondering what SVHS stands for, and if I were to guess, well, I would say it's Suzuki Vehicle Hybrid System. I mean, it just makes sense, right? Now, that SVHS mild hybrid system is a starter generator that is connected to a 12-volt lithium-ion battery. Now, what it does is that when the Suzuki Ertiga Hybrid comes to a full stop, it will shut down the engine, and that starter generator will power your electricals inside, like your aircon, your radio, and your headlights, and whatnot. Now, aside from that, that starter generator can also provide an additional like 3.1 horsepower and 50 Newton meters of torque when you're accelerating or when you're on the highway, which should help improve its fuel efficiency and yes, its acceleration performance. Now, if you're gonna ask me like what sort of driving performance we can expect from this new Ertiga Hybrid GLX, well, dude, you'll have to wait for an actual driving review video in order for me to show you that. The cabin also receives some updates here that improves the overall driving experience. While the seats are still wrapped in fabric, the leather-wrapped steering wheel now gets cruise control buttons as well as, well, audio control buttons. Unfortunately though, this steering wheel only just tilts, dude. Yeah, it doesn't really telescope. So if you're a taller driver than myself, I'm 5'6", then it's a bit of a bummer for you. Now, the instrument gauge cluster here has also received a refresh because this Ertiga GLX Hybrid now gets a colored multi-information display in the middle that shows you your hybrid system details and whatnot. Plus, we also have some blue accents on your actual gauges. There's also a larger 10-inch touchscreen infotainment system here that comes with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, as well as the image of reverse camera. Now, this infotainment system looks like it's been lifted straight out from the Suzuki XL7. Yes, and I could also say the same for the fully automatic and digital climate control system here. I mean, these two together, they look like yeah, they came straight out from the Suzuki XL7. However, what didn't come from the XL7 though, and is just really for this top-spec Ertiga GLX, are the pair of ventilated cup holders here. I mean, we've got air conditioning for your cup holders. Now, that should keep your drinks cool, although the cup holders are still square and they're still on the smaller side, and as you can see, they still cannot fit my clean canteen. So, yep, tough luck there. If you're wondering, my clean canteen flask is a 600 ml flask right here. Now, as for the safety bits, well, as you're seeing on your screen, yes, this top-spec Ertiga Hybrid GLX still has some basic safety bits. I mean, we only have a pair of airbags there, plus some passive safety systems. As for the cabin materials and cabin layout, we do have that same classic look here. I mean, we have this wood grain finish on the middle dashboard, some inserts on the door cards, plus we also have the same hard-wearing plastics all around. Since the new Ertiga Hybrid has the same dimensions as the previous Ertiga, that means that the overall space here in the second row is practically the same. There's really not much to improve here, dude, because yeah, the Ertiga is one of the more spacious small MPVs available here in the Philippines. That being said, at 5'6", dude, as you can see, I've got ample space here, good amount of knee room, plenty of headroom, and we have the same amenities as before. That means that we have a row of AC vents there. We also have a 12-volt charging outlet here in the center, and for this top-spec trim, we also get a center armrest right here, although it doesn't have cup holders. Now, to access the third row area, it's also quite easy. So all you need to do is just tumble and slide this forward, and yeah, we can already access the third row. Now, as for the third row area, well, the Ertiga Hybrid is a true MPV, which means that grown adults like myself, who's 5'6", or maybe somebody who's even 5'8" or 5'9", can easily and comfortably stay here even on long drives. The sitting position is also really good. I mean, it's quite comfortable. And when it comes to the amenities, well, the third row seats also have a pair of cup holders. And thankfully, we have that row of AC vents there in the second row area. So that should help me keep cool and comfortable even here in the third row seat. The new Suzuki Ertiga GLX may only have taken a small step forward into the 21st century, but it is enough to keep this feisty MPV in contention. By merging the new mild hybrid system with a tried and tested engine and suspension bits, the new Ertiga takes advantage of the perks and benefits of a hybrid system while maintaining its renowned reliability. It's a classic option to the more rugged Suzuki XL7 and will surely be another bestseller for Suzuki Philippines. Thanks for watching.